Hello gardening friends, this is Aubrey from Crybaby Sonoma Homestead, and today we're going to plant 3 different varieties of plants, and you'll have to watch to see which 3 I choose. They're fun, they're unique, they're different varieties. 2 of them are from Baker Creek, heirloom seeds, and 1 is from, I had to look, Seeds and Such. So you remember I did a big order from Seeds and Such a while back. I think they had some kind of promotion, so I had Seeds and Such, 1 variety, and 2 varieties from Baker Creek. I also look over some seeds that I'm going to soak overnight, and I'll plant those tomorrow. You'll have to like, subscribe in order to see that video. Hit the bell for notifications so you can see what I am soaking and what I will be growing tomorrow. Let's get to it. Let's see what plants I am growing. And I make a lot of mistakes in this video, so you're gonna do as I say and not as I do, or something like that. I am trying to decide what to plant. I think the key is just make sure you plant. I think I'm going to start here with the Cucuzi Serpent de Sicilia. So that's actually an edible gourd. So I'm going to get this one started first. So of course Baker Creek, we love Baker Creek. So let's look here. So it's a popular edible Italian gourd. Its long slender fruit is brilliant light green, tender and delicious. And trellising is suitable. So I want to get these started. These are small, really small pots from the Dollar Tree. They're the smallest one they have. The larger one doesn't fit in this tray, so I'm using the small ones for now. And I'm just going to do 1 plant per cell when I'm doing these, because I don't want to disturb the roots when I transplant them. Look how cute these gourd seeds are. To me, they look like little frogs. You see those? What do you think these seeds look like? They obviously, are gourd seeds, but what do you think within your creative brain there? What do you think they look like? I think they look like little frogs. So I'm going to go ahead and count them and see what deal I got on these. So I actually counted 27, and I paid for 15 seeds. And I think there are 2 that probably won't be viable. One's really pale, and one has a little chip on the side. So, but I mean, even if it's just 25, they gave me 10 extra seeds. So I'm obviously not going to plant that many. How many should I plant? So I'm writing down how many I have, and then I'm going to write down how many I plant so I know how many I have left. And one thing I tend to do is to buy too many seeds, to be honest. I don't know. I think my brain somewhere, I think I have a farm. Am I the only one who has enough seeds to literally plant enough plants to feed your entire city? Like, for real. Come on. Let me decide how many I want. I have, this tray is 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have room for 15 plants. I don't have room for 15 mature plants of these, and I want to have variety. So one thing I like about these pots is I can write the information on the side, and I don't have to waste a label. So this is an edible gourd, Cucuzi Serpent de Sicilia, or days. I don't know. I don't speak that language, but you know what I mean. It's like a serpent gourd, and it's edible. So I've never tried these before. So maybe I shouldn't go too crazy. Maybe I'll do 5. Let's go ahead and do this Armenian cucumber. It's not a true cucumber. See, it has information on here. This one is just basic. Okay, Armenian cucumbers are something I've been trying to grow for a while. I actually got some seeds. I got like 100 or 200 seeds from a vendor, and the seeds were actually not viable. So I'm trying again, and I know how to start seeds. So I'm going to go ahead and start these Armenian cucumbers. So I went ahead and I'm going to do like 5 in each row. So 5 of those serpent gourds. And then I'm going to do 5 Armenian cucumbers, which are not true cucumbers, but they're used that way. So I like the versatility of Armenian cucumbers. And I do want to grow some traditional cucumbers as well, but it's good to try different varieties. Now, in times of famine, You probably want to stick to what you really know and not do a bunch of experiments, but I have enough room, I think, to do both. So I'm going to do both. I'm going to do the traditional stuff as well as some a little bit different, interesting varieties. Another variety I'm going to go ahead and soak overnight is this Motherland Okra. And the reason why I bought this, and it is more expensive, $6 for 10 seeds, there's probably more. But it's a mammoth heirloom okra from West Africa that produces gargantuan edible leaves and delicious pods. So randomly I had somebody riding their bicycle past my house yelling and swearing, so I had to pause. That was interesting. So it says climate does affect the size of the pods. Or the size. It can grow 15 feet tall. This will be really fun to grow. And like I said, I love okra flowers. So even if it doesn't give me a lot, the leaves are edible, the pods are edible, and the flowers are going to be beautiful. So these are going to get soaked. I have planted this before. It did not get very big. 55 days, frost sensitive, Clemson spineless 80. And 1 to 2 weeks after your last frost date. It's a little bit early, but I'm going to try to protect them a little bit. I want to get them started. But see what I mean about the flowers? They're really, really pretty. So these need to get soaked, it says. Soaking your seeds actually helps them to soften the outer coating so they can sprout more easily. So that's something to keep in mind. If you have a really large, farm or whatever, you probably don't do this. Or if they're really small seeds, you probably don't do this. But if they're larger sized seeds, and if they have a really hard outer coating, you can nick them. I don't like to nick them. I'd rather use a little piece of sandpaper to weaken the outer shell or soak them. Or I might do a little bit of sandpaper, scratch it a little bit, and then soak it. Sometimes soaking it just for a couple hours even does the trick. It really depends. You don't want them to get totally soaked through where they fall apart. But I've before forgot some seeds in water for a long time and they were fine. But it really does depend on the variety. So use good judgment. If they seem to have a really thick outer skin or shell, soaking longer is better. If they have a softer, weaker outer shell, soaking probably isn't even necessary. I also got this Eagle Pass okra. Look at those flowers. Gorgeous. Honestly, I like the flavor of like okra. Some people don't like it because it's mucilaginous. I can't speak today. It's kind of mucusy, so it's kind of slimy. But I've had it fried in the Southern traditional style, and it's really good that way. I'm sure there's other great ways to use it too, where it's not slimy. 24 hours of soaking after last spring frost. So it's May 18th. I'm probably going to be okay planting these now. I'm going to soak these as well. I might be obsessed with okra and just really want to make it work. And of course, I have a kind of emotional, a sentimental reason for growing this one. I call my brother Bubba. So it's called Baby Bubba Hybrid. And look how beautiful that flower is. Gorgeous. And I'm going to soak these as well, obviously. And here's yet another variety. This is called Louisiana Green Velvet Okra. And this is a cheaper seed variety, obviously American seed. I think I probably got this from Goodwill, and it says it was 50 cents. It's probably even cheaper than that. 58 days to harvest. Okay. And also they're really rich in vitamins A and C. So that's going to be true of all the okras. So this is the third variety I'm going to actually plant today. It's the Chinese python snake bean. So it's kind of like the serpent gourd in shape, but it is a different plant. And it says the fruit tastes much like green beans and is the largest snake bean variety, growing up to 60 inches long and 1.5 inches thick. As it matures, it develops a bright green color and thin layer of wax on the skin. When harvested at 12 to 18 inches long, it can be used like green beans or summer squash. So, this one it says direct seed after spring frost. I'm not going to soak these overnight. I'm going to go ahead and plant these. So, Yeah, we're going to plant these. I might soak some of them, but I'm going to go ahead and direct sow these into, they're not really direct sowed, because I'm going to put them into the pots, and then I'll transplant them later after they come up. So I'm going to just be very gentle when transplanting them so that there's no issue. Usually if it says direct sow, there's a reason for it. So you don't want things to get root bound. It will could possibly dwarf the plant, and so make it basically think that it's done. It needs to start going to flower and seed. That's a lot of times what I've found. If it says direct sow, the plants are often very, very small in comparison to how large they should be to produce the kind of food harvest you're looking for. So I'm going to be careful. I'll probably only leave them in a pot for a couple of weeks and then transplant them into larger containers once I see which ones have actually done a good job of growing. So I've got all of my pots ready to go, and I'm going to go ahead and set them up and then get the soil going. Here we go. Here we go, loop-de-loo. Don't want the chunks. Here we go. This soil is great. And I forget where my husband got it, but he picked it up in a truck, like just a whole truckload of it. And it took me all of last summer and this spring to get it down as low as I have it. Hopefully in the next month or so, this whole heap will be gone or put to use, and then when we need some more, we'll get some more. And I'm always building my own soil as well. This is great though, and I don't like to buy bagged soil. It's just not a good deal in my experience. Okay, kind of shake it down. Seems fairly full. Push it down till it's fluffy. I don't want to make it too compacted, but I want it to be, I don't want the roots and stuff to like get damaged if, you know, they lay down and then I firm it in later. So make it a little bit firmer than that, right? And then some more on top. Best tool gardener has is their hands. Okay. It's not gardening if you don't get your hands a little bit dirty. Okay. That's good enough. It's fine. So the first row here is the cuckoozy, and I'm going to go ahead and plant them. So there are a few seeds here I'm not sure are going to germinate, like this one right here. These two right here I'm not sure will germinate. I'm going to give them a chance, so I'm going to double plant. I don't like to do that. I want each one to have their own. But there's an off chance these might grow. So I'll plant these with another one. So this is the possible bad seed. And this is the most likely good seed. Okay. Planting those together. This is the one I doubt will grow. This is the one I think will grow. And I'm planting them on their sides because I don't have a lot of experience planting gourds. I did plant birdhouse gourds, and I didn't get birdhouse size fruit out of them, but the flowers were gorgeous. I think it's worth growing them just for the beautiful, delicate flowers. And then this is another seed. And another one. That one I'm not sure about either, but I'm not going to double plant that one. And the last one. Okay. So we'll see how these do. And if you want to follow, like, subscribe, and share your experience growing these gourds. And I'll let you know how they do. And if we get fruit out of them, and how they taste and all that good stuff. The middle row is going to be Armenian cucumbers. They're already labeled. These are from Seeds and Such, and I've decided to plant 2 per pot. Make 2 little holes. My depth perception is off whenever I'm holding the camera, so it's a little bit more wonky than usual. Oop. I put a little bit more soil on top of them as well if I need to, but normally if I'm going to do 2, I just go 2 fingers like that and then drop them in. There we go. And then, so I don't lose track, I'm going to do that to the rest. Looks good. Couple more. Listen to the birds and the wind and the trees and the road traffic and the kind of sassy, rude people walking by. Oh, geez. Okay, there we go. Last one for today are these snake beans. So the last one here are these snake beans, and it says minimum 5 seeds for $5. That's a lot of money, but I'm pretty sure there's more than 5 seeds in here. Oh, those are kind of scary looking. They're almost kind of corky in appearance. So they kind of look like the whatchamacallit, the cucuzi, but not quite, because of the cucuzis are much more smooth, and these look like if cucuzi were a frog, then the Chinese python seeds would be a toad. So these are the toads in my imagination. I'm going to plant 1 per cell, especially since they're so expensive. Make a hole, make a hole, and so. And then just 1 per hole. And I'm going to let you know how these go, how all these different things go over time, how they taste, what the flowers look like, and everything. So check back and I will definitely give updates. I love those videos where they have like time lapses and they show you the whole process. And I might do those in time. But right now we're doing this together. I'd love to hear your experience if you plant things like this. So we have the Armenian cucumbers, we have the python. I keep getting confused because they're so similar in name. Cucuzi, serpent. Okay, so serpent, gourd, cucuzi, and then this one here is the Chinese python. And the seeds look very different. So it'll be interesting to compare these two and see how they're different. Beautiful. Very weird. You can see what I mean by corky looking. And I have 5 left. So they actually gave me 10 seeds. So it was 50 cents per seed and not $1 per seed. But that's out of their generosity. They only had to give me 5 seeds, but they gave me 10. If you're planting tiny little seeds, it's nice to use like a mister. But these seeds are a little bit larger, so I'm not doing that. And you see why I'm saying that. Look, it's floating to the top. Go back down. Stay down. Stay down. Nothing gonna keep me down. Do, 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 do. Uh-oh. Gotta keep your grow on. I'm just kidding, guys. I don't sing. Okay. Gotta be more gentle. And they might float to the top. Do, 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 do. I feel like it's gonna rain. It's super cool and windy. Watch it float to the top. We'll see. Yep, there it goes. Boing. I'll push it back down. So you might want to pre-moisten your soil. I didn't do that. That would be an excellent idea. Pre-moisten your soil. And maybe use a mister or a watering can so the force of the water isn't so serious like mine is. I'll push them back down. This is about what not to do. Do as I say, not as I do. Just kidding. Do whatever you like. If you want to repeat my mistakes, go for it. I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not. Do what you will. Okay. So I'm going to have to push some of these back down. The frogs are trying to hop out of their pond. There we go. Stay in there, little frog. I hope the squirrels don't come after these. They've been digging up a lot of my things. This one didn't swim away. My little frog and toad looking seeds tried to swim away because I overwatered. It's totally fine. That one should be okay. And it is windy and it's starting to rain. I'm just making sure that all those seeds are in place. And hopefully those naughty squirrels don't try to eat these dudes. But it looks good. I'm going to leave it. It's probably going to rain. I'm going to leave them right here, let them get rained on. And then when the rain clears, I'll put them somewhere else out of the pathway. But I got 2 different kinds of gourds going and there are Armenian cucumbers. And I'm sufficiently dirty. Yay! That's how I have fun. Some people say grow big or grow home. I'm going to say grow weird or go home. No, grow weird at home. Grow weird at home. All right, everybody. Remember to be good, be sweet, and grow a garden if you want to eat. I'll see you on the next video.